Before this video officially begins, there's some things I do have to point out. I forgot to mention a couple very important things about the games. One is that you can actually quit during your zombies match in Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies Mobile and resume it at any point in time. That's a feature not included in most mainline Call of Duty zombies and what a lot of fans wish was. Secondly, you do have zombie sprites that pop up on the screen to indicate when a zombie is coming near you and where they're coming at you from. Thirdly and lastly, I recorded the Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies Mobile off my old Amazon Fire 7 tablet because for whatever reason my much newer Samsung Galaxy tablet nor my Samsung Galaxy phone would allow me to play the APK, even after I turned off the auto blocker. So during that part of the video you will see a watermark for PixArt. That's what I had to use to export and trim the video with on the Amazon Fire 7 tablet, and after I realized I could have used CapCut through an APK or any other video editor through an APK, I'd already had the gameplay recorded and didn't have any time to record any more gameplay. I am sorry you have to look at the watermark a little bit in this video, but I can assure you after this one there will never be another one of those ever. With all that being cleared up and said, let's get straight into it. In this one, I decided to look at two of the most forgotten Call of Duty ports of Call of Duty Black Ops. This being the mobile version of Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies and Call of Duty Black Ops for the Nintendo DS, which also had a zombies mode. Call of Duty Black Ops was also released for the PlayStation Vita under a different name called Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified. This game features single-player story missions and an online multiplayer mode. However, Zombies was absent from this version of Black Ops. Otherwise, it would have been included alongside the DS and mobile version. Starting with the first one, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies for Android and iOS. World at War Zombies was also released for mobile, but it was sadly only for iOS. Also, before Tencent released the Call of Duty mobile we know nowadays, there was another Call of Duty game called Call of Duty Strike Team for iOS and Android. This was a playable campaign with weapons featured from Black Ops 2. This game, however, also doesn't have zombies, but it was just fun to bring up and include. But actually looking at the mobile version of Black Ops Zombies, I would probably compare this graphically to the Nintendo Wii version or maybe even the later fan-made Nazi Zombies portable. With that being said, I really think this game was ahead of its time, especially for the time of its release on those old-ass Android phones. Really, the only complaints about these games were connectivity issues in the co-op multiplayer and some of the touchscreens being irresponsive at times. People also didn't like the fact that you paid $6.99 for the Zombies mode and then had to buy the other Zombies map separately. And while I'm mentioning that, I don't have the cracked APK file of this game and it's been completely delisted from the Google Play and iOS stores. I am simply playing a regular APK file of the game because I think it probably is a little bit safer and it's just the better way of playing zombies and staying truly nostalgic for this video. As you can see, I still have a measly 0 COD points and don't have a bajillion. With all those negative things aside though, I really think this is a really cool way of bringing Kino on the go. That's even with the fact that I don't have Ascension, Shangri-La, or Call of the Dead. However, you could if you wanted to revisit this through a cracked APK file. I'm just doing it simply for the whole joy of zombies and nostalgia. I really enjoy the mobile version and I really think it's worth you pulling out your old Android devices to be able to play it again. Going on to the next one, however, we obviously have Call of Duty Black Ops for the DS. Specifically, we're going to be looking at the Zombies mode. The Zombies mode in Call of Duty Black Ops for DS is weird to say the least, but I did own this one as a kid and I still enjoyed it somewhat. The zombies knock you down with one hit. That means one hit, you're done. And I know what you're thinking, that's what Jug's for. But no, you don't get any kind of perks like that in these zombies. The most you might get is an instant kill or a max ammo. And I could even be remembering that wrong because I always mix up Nazi Zombies Portable with the DS version of Black Ops. This is because there's a couple maps in Nazi Zombies Portable that come straight from DS Zombies, like House and Temple. I pretty much consider the DS a lower resolution Nintendo 64 that you can fit in your pocket. And let's be honest, looking at this game graphically, it doesn't look like the Nintendo 64 or PlayStation 1 would struggle playing this game at all. I could be wrong on that one, but I don't think I am. Don't get me wrong, I am glad that DS Zombies exists so I can simply look at it and be intrigued, but at this point I also just wonder why they didn't release Zombies for the PS2. They quite literally stopped on World at War on the PS2 and then stopped on Black Ops 1 on the DS, which makes no sense considering the PlayStation 2 stopped game support in like 2012. However, at this time the DS was a lot more relevant than the PlayStation 2. InSpace also handled the DS version of Black Ops like they did with every version of Call of Duty for the DS, so they probably just couldn't find a developer willing to develop a Call of Duty game for the PlayStation 2. But as much as I would have loved to see more Call of Duty titles on the PlayStation 2, I'm probably going to have to let that one go. I want to do a poll on my channel for the next video just to see what video you guys want to see next. I'm going to give you guys a couple of options and have you vote on it, and we'll see if we get any votes. If we don't, I'll just pick one. If we do get some votes though, I will roll with whatever one gets picked. If you liked the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. I will see you guys in the next one.